All right. Hello, everyone. We're here today to talk to Greg Rooney, who is a LinkedIn Success Booster customer who's been using it for the last couple of months. And I'm so excited to have him here for him to share his story with you guys. It's really interesting what he's been doing with the system and how he uses it for his business. So Greg, welcome. Really glad to have you here with us. And why don't we start off, and why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What do you do? What is your business? And kind of give us a little bit of background on it.
Super. Well, thank you all. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share, and obviously share with the crowd, that people are listening in here, what I've been using the system for. I've been a full-time network marketer since the mid-90s, early 90s, and been doing that for about 23 years. And I also got involved in some business-to-business marketing, because that's my background, the computer background, my company's future marketing group. But I've been full-time in the networking industry, and just about 6 months ago, I've launched a new business with a new company in the network marketing arena, but taking some of the things I learned in business-to-business marketing and apply, that was how I found Lead Outcome. And I decided this go around, at this time frame, I wanted to build my new business through utilizing social media. And so you can figure out where I went. So I figured I chose LinkedIn, and I said, what's out there? And I found Lead Outcome, and I found the LinkedIn Success Booster Kit about 3 months ago. And it's been a wild ride. So I've been actually launching my new business with LinkedIn and with the Lead Outcomes Success Booster Kit.
I see. Well, great. Okay. So it sounds like you're in network marketing. What's the name of the company that you do business?
It's called SIA.
SIA. That's right.
SIA. Yeah. Redox signaling molecules. A breakthrough, and it truly is. Yes.
Yeah. Very neat. And so who's the type of customer that you target?
Well, one of the things that we really excel in is in the fitness and athletic arena. That's huge, because it's all to do with helping the body perform better. And of course, just outside of that, anybody else. I've also, of course, obviously targeted other people that have been in network marketing, and actually what I call tired business people, like I was, a business owner, even a traditional business owner, wanted to get some leverage, and I had a traditional business with employees and all that stuff, and I kind of got tired of it. And so I target small business owners, because I can give them some tools as well, plus also the advent of looking at SIA from a residual income standpoint. So it's small business owners, the fitness and health and wellness arena. So it's kind of broad, but I did focus on the fitness and small business owners, and seen significant success in that area.
Okay, I see. So when we use the kit during our training, what we try to get everybody to do is to really focus in on what is your ideal customer, right?
Yeah.
Have your avatar, and then from there we take that information and we build what's called a lead seed packet and Lead Outcome, which is an advanced search that's very focused on laser focusing in on who your ideal customer is. You want to talk just a little bit about how you built your lead seed packet?
Yeah, blindfolded. As Will probably knows me, I saw this and I said, wow. And I did one of these deals. I closed my eyes and I jumped in and held my breath. And unfortunately, sometimes I operate in principle, create a mess and then go figure out how to clean it up later. So I was so excited about the potential, because I had almost 3,000 LinkedIn connections that I built up, and I said, I got to just go out there and tell the world about this. So going through the seed packet development, I just kind of said, well, I did what we just talked about. I looked at the people in the fitness and health arena. That was a huge market. Then I focused in candidly on business people, like business owners and that kind of stuff, because I figured what else I could also offer this as a service to them, because I figured they would need this in their existing business, and they might be open to my new business as well. So that's what I did. I kind of blended it well. It wasn't as laser focused as I probably could have been or should have been, but I was just wanting to get it out there. So that's the two areas I focused in on, and of course went from there.
Okay, and how quick did you start seeing results?
In about 10 minutes.
Is that right? Wow.
It's not going to happen that way for everybody. Okay. I know I've been on these calls before where the guy says, yeah, I did this and I generated 27,000 leads in 5 minutes. And you go, well, I've been doing this for a month and I got nothing. Don't get me wrong, people. It's what happened. But I told Will this earlier, but I just jumped in, and seriously, I I uploaded all my connections at once. That wasn't a mistake per se, but all of a sudden all these emails started going out with the Success Booster Kit, that, you know, the warm up emails, and all of a sudden, no kidding, within 10 minutes, I started getting replies, and within 24 hours, I had an inbox full of people replying back to my first email that went out through the kit. So it was pretty overwhelming, and I probably should have maybe done 500 at a time or something like that. But anyway.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's like if you're using your existing connections, you need to stagger it. Even your new connections, you want to stagger your imports, because what can happen is you can end up having a whole bunch of people wanting to have calls immediately, and then your calendar gets filled up, and you really start letting opportunities fall through the cracks.
Absolutely. Right? And there was, I think, when I finally that settled down, I'm probably getting a little ahead here, but about week 2 or 3, I got to the point when I looked at my Google Calendar, because I interfaced it with Google Calendar. I looked at it on my cell phone one day. I think this was a Sunday or a Monday, and I think I had 14 appointments already from that week. And I'm going, wow, who are these guys? You know, guys that had gone through the process, clicked on my calendar to meet with Greg. You know, I just followed I followed the boilerplate emails that you put together for us, and I just changed, instead of meet with Will, it was meet with Greg, but it was my calendar, not yours. And I had 14 people in a week click on that and schedule appointments to talk with me. And that was a busy week. Every morning I'd get up, I get my cup of coffee and come to my computer, and bam, there's one day I had 6 appointments in one day, and I was sitting there all day talking to people. So it was a lot of fun, actually. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. I mean, you know, what this is telling us, you experience success very quickly.
Yes. Yeah.
Repeat once again for everybody. Greg said 14 appointments very quickly. Yeah. He had 6 appointments in one day, and so that's super. All right. So let me ask you another question. Now you're seeing these results, but how quickly were you able to get this system implemented?
Well, I did it again. Actually, I went through the training. There was 3 videos we put together, Willforce, the 3, and I went through those pretty quickly. I sat down all one day, and they're not long. I think the first one was the introduction training, was 14 minutes, gave you a big picture. I think 14 or 16. The second video was a little longer, 30 minutes. I think the last one, don't quote me on this, everybody, was like 30, 40. So I sat down, went through it all at once, took notes, and figured out I needed to tweak the emails. And what I did is, instead of tweaking all 4 of them, I just tweaked the first one and hit the send button. Again, I wanted to get into this thing. So if I would have followed all the instructions completely, I probably would have got it set up probably 2 to 4 hours tops, top to bottom. I could have got this completely set up and customized, but I was antsy. And so I just went through the video. I said, okay, here's the 4 steps Will says for me to do. I started the first one, which was get my emails customized with my stuff, my signature line, you know, those things that you tell us to do. You know, customize it with my voice. I changed the intro on the email. And I'm not a copyright kind of guy. I'm not a real good typist either. So I do this quickly, but I also got to start it. And that was the first day when I think within 24 hours of buying the kit, it was already generating leads for me.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, Greg, it appears we're having a little bit of video issues. I think you're coming back in here in just a moment. Okay, there we go. Super. All right, so you got some good results going there. How difficult was it to edit the done-for-you campaigns that we provide you?
That would actually, you know, the interface, the editor, I would call it the editor, is pretty intuitive. I'm email challenged, that's why I need a LinkedIn Success Booster Kit. You know, again, I joke about 4 thumbs, but I do. I'm a hunting pecker, and so for me, you know, it takes time just typing in the words right. You know, getting the spaces right, capitalize that, get the periods right. So for me, you only had like a 2 or 3 sentence, 2 or 3 paragraph emails. They were pretty short. And then they had a wrap up and a close and a call to action. We call that with the, click on my calendar. So I took it, and it took me probably a good 30 minutes per email to really get it the way I wanted it. And candidly, after I started the campaigns, I would go back through like a week or 2 later and tweak them a little bit more. Just change a word or move a sentence. And I look at that, that doesn't make sense. I would change it. And that's kind of the way I operate. But it didn't take a lot of time. But the physical, in my mind, the editor was easy to use. The biggest challenge was actually figuring out the email signature, what links and social media sites I wanted to put in there, because I wanted the icons and also my photograph to be in there. It took me a little bit of a while to figure that out, but again, it was pretty intuitive. And of course, you have all the help screens you need to figure that out. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, guys, a couple of things Greg just talked about, I think it's important to point out. One is, at the beginning of the interview, Greg said he didn't spend a lot of time on tuning his lead seed packet. He got in, said, okay, let me get it going, then I'll come back and I'll tune it, okay? Now he said, okay, I went in, grabbed my emails, made some changes, but I knew that I had to come back later and I'll tune it. And that's such a good strategy. You know, it's take a page out of Google AdWords training where they tell you to split test, right? And you're going to be split testing your seed package. You're going to be tuning it. Wait, get out there, get it going, get it out the door. Don't spend more than 30 minutes on your LinkedIn profile. Then get your seed packet, get it built, get it out there. Start getting some connections. And then as you start seeing people calling you, when they call you, then go back and figure out who that person is. Go tune your profile for that. As you get customers, go back, tune your profile, and go find people just like that customer, right? That is just going to get your high quality leads that much better. Super. Okay. So, Greg, I've got a few questions here. How difficult is it to do the daily 10-minute task and to get your leads your connections exported and imported into Lead App?
I'll ask that question two ways. The first one is as prescribed in the training that you provide. That when you do the first upload, that's where you got to separate, your friends, with your business contacts and friends. And you go through that one time. That took a good while because I had almost 3,000 connections I was uploading all at once. So I had to clean that up and say, okay, these guys, I had to flag the ones that are friends. I didn't want them necessarily in these campaigns.
Yeah.
So once I did that, got that done. That was probably just a couple hours to get that done. Then the add-ons every week, that everybody's different, but I think I was pretty aggressive. I was probably adding, 100 to 200 new connections per week. That's aggressive, but no, but it's sure easy with 100 to 200 connections. I mean, to go in there and it's easy. So for most people, they're probably going to start with 100 to 200. So it would be simple. Probably within less than an hour, they could get it up and running. But once you get the upload figured out, done one time, then the 10 to 15 minutes to upload on a Monday or Tuesday every week is pretty easy. And then pay attention to your emails because they start coming in. I was surprised, especially with email 2 and 3. I got a higher response rate. Now, I was running over 40% response rate to every email. You guys work the math, 3,000 emails, 40% people will respond to it. That's high, okay? Very high. But every email, it actually climbed up. And by the time I got to the third email, which I think was 14 days out, my inbox was just getting full. But again, I could run it at that point in time in definitely less than a half hour a week to run the campaigns at that point. Now, remember, I was also by week 3, I was going back into my emails and starting to tweak them in a tick. As I started looking at my replies, and if people were asking me questions, which they did, which was good, I said, I need to make that a little clearer in the email. Does that make sense? And so I would go in there and edit the email. As Will said, the campaigns are going out. I would tweak that paragraph to make it a little more clear. So I wouldn't keep getting these kind of responses. Well, Greg, you said this. What's that mean? And I said, oh, you know what? I need to explain that in an email. So now I get less of those questions and more of, hey, I want to meet. Let's schedule or call me. Here's my number. So yeah, that was part of the tweaking process too.
All right, guys. Something Greg said in that discussion is that he was getting 40% and higher open rates from people that he does not know.
Yeah.
Guys, if you talk to any email marketer, those are phenomenal numbers, and that's part of the system that helps make that happen. Super, Greg. Okay, guys, I know our video quality isn't the best here. We're running this for the first time over a Google Hangout, and so just bear with us. I know Greg sounds like he's on Tatooine in Star Wars, but just bear. I think we can understand him. So, Greg, let me ask you another question. Now that you've used the system, did it do what we advertised it would do? Do you feel like it lived up to the promise?
Well, there's a saying that we have in industry, under promise and over deliver. Candid, that's probably the best way to describe it. I'll say this again. Well, I wasn't prepared for the massive response, okay? Because I've done, I'm going to say, numerous other kind of programs. I'm like a lot of people. I've bought a ton of things that, you know, promise the sky and deliver, you know, something above, barely off the ground. But yeah, definitely, it was definitely delivered as promised. And when I look back at it now, you know, for what I invested in this, and I thought of the other programs I bought that didn't generate nearly the kind of leads or the people that I'm still engaging with, and not even close. So yeah, it's definitely exceeded my expectations. And here's one final thing. We've got people in this Forever Fall campaign. I think that's a very advantage of Lead Outcome having that kind of campaign, because I'm dripping on these people that don't respond to the first wave of campaigns. They're going to get an email from me every quarter until, as one guy said, until they either join or opt out or die. so they're going to be hearing from me for a long time, hopefully. And so that's the comfort knowing when I look at well, now it's thousands of people that are going to get dripped on by me, not spam and not every week, but, you know, hey, so it's going to, that to me, that's worth the price of investment. How's that? To have thousands of people over time that are going to hear from me 4 times a year. And sooner or later, somebody's going to raise their hand and say, great, I want to find out about your SEO business. Okay, and we're in. That could be that tired business owner. That could be whatever. Well, it could be, you know, of course, some of my connections could be the fitness people. It could be somebody in health, nutrition, wellness, all the above. Or, you know how life changes, but they're going to hear from me every, you know, 90 days. That's cool. So that, to me, is a huge part that nobody will understand when they get started with this, because I didn't. They'll see that as this thing unfolds 30, 60, 90 days out.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Greg, one more question for you, just before we wrap up here. It sounds like, you know, we did our job. We delivered. One of the things, there's a new program that we're putting together that Jeff Smith from LS Max is running, where we're going to be, or Jeff is going to be offering you guys a virtual assistant who will take care of that 5-minute daily task and also help export your connections and get them onto the campaigns and manage your profile and just basically manage this process for you. Is this something that of interest to you?
We have another saying I use a lot. It's called a no-brainer. Entrepreneurs, whether you work for a company, work for yourself. Of course, I'm an entrepreneur. I work for myself, so it's all about leverage of time. You know, one of the big buzzwords right now is PAs, personal assistants. You know, you can hire these people all over the globe to do all this redundant task stuff. Yeah. But there's always a training issue, getting those people ramped up to do even some of the simple things. And sometimes there's a language barrier too. I've done that because I understand the power of leverage by having others, you know, do some of the redundant stuff. And as soon as the email came out for this virtual assistant service, you know, I don't know if you can check my email, probably within 10 minutes, I sent a reply back, count me in, because I understand the value in that. So my response is, hello. You know, second option here, I can hire somebody to do this at a very affordable rate per month. And I can go do something else, whatever something else is. I'm good with that. So yeah.
Okay, Greg. I think thank you for your time. I think we're done here with this segment, and appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with us. And guys, I hope you enjoyed Greg's story. And Greg, once again, what company are you with, and what is your business doing?
ASEA, ASEA. It's just better known as the redox signaling molecule breakthrough. Yeah, it's a 5-year-old company, headquartered here in the U.S., but we already reached in the first 5 years the top 100 direct selling companies on the planet in 5 years, which is, in this economy, that's a huge get-go. And we're broke the top 50 last year in North America as well. So we're growing, but it's the right kind of growth, and we're in about 25 countries and adding countries all the time. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah. All
right. So guys, if you want to learn more about ASEA, Greg obviously is the person to talk to. So you'll see his contact information at the bottom of this page. So anyways, Greg, thanks so much again. And guys, we'll shut down from here. So have a nice day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you.